Good morning everyone, welcome back. I got another video of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and this one's pretty good. I guess we're going to be covering a lot of leaks and facts that we know about the series, and we're going to delve into some of the behind the scenes details that were given to us by interviews from big companies with some of the Pokemon developers. Not Pokemon Go. Pokemon Sword and Shield developers. So I definitely want to talk about some of that stuff, because there is some really interesting, cool changes that are coming to this game. Just want to give you a quick thank you guys for this. Good job, keep it up. So since a lot of people have been covering the leaks that are well known, I'm going to start with this one, which is probably lesser covered and less unknown because it has been deleted elsewhere. You can't really find this in many places anymore, where like it used to be up on the internet with all the other leaks that are still being dealt with. So here we have one that's interesting that deals with Zacian, the Pokemon, one of the legendaries. And it says his ability will make all his moves super effective no matter the type matchup. Now that's interesting, it sounds a little OP. Skwovet is a normal ground type, only found in berry trees. Says it used to be everywhere, but was driven to be rare and hide in trees. We haven't seen an image of this Pokemon yet, but here's an artist's rendition. There are a number of Galar forms in the game from many regions. Pachirisu gets fighting type. Now that's interesting because Pachirisu is a Pokemon that we haven't really gotten much coverage of, kind of just on the side, one of those regionals in Pokemon Go, and honestly I don't really hear much about it or see much of it in other games either. But a rival of Skwovet is interesting. They're going to try and make it into more of a main Pokemon. More than a few Galar evolutions. Of course, we've seen the big one, Ponyta. But there's another one, Blitzel. And some people think Ponyta, this Galarian Ponyta, is going to be version exclusive. Personally, I thought hyping up a Pokemon that much with a 24-hour live stream, I just don't think they'd make such a hyped up Pokemon version exclusive for either one or the other. But this kind of makes sense. Making a Ponyta one choice and a Blitzel another, Galar versions of these. That's gonna be interesting, dude. That's gonna be real cool if that is the case. But I still want that Ponyta. And as people are theorizing, obviously from leaks like this or other leaks, the Ponyta evolution, the Galarian evolution, which is going to be a Galarian Rapidash, is going to be like a Pegasus unicorn type, which people speculate is going to be fairy flying. As for Opal uses one not in your game, please tell me what that means in the comments. Also, Jello Pokemon. Oh man. Fossils are back, which is cool. I enjoyed the fossil side quests in the first one, in blue and red, and they were kind of exciting to have that and then end up getting a really rare Pokemon out of that you can't catch anywhere else. I thought it was great. But as they say, they're not dinosaurs, like Aerodactyl. They're urban legends. Fighting and Ghost gyms use them, so we're going to actually see them eventually, and we're going to be able to get them ourselves. That's going to be cool. Last thing, Fighting and Ghosts aren't the only version gyms. There's another pair, the two types added in the second gen, which is Dark and Steel. So I guess for Sword there's going to be a Dark gym or a Steel gym, and in Shield there's going to be the other. So that's kind of cool that there's a bit of a difference. There seems to be a big incentive made to want to get you to buy both games. Some other leaks that happened recently as well show us that how many Pokemon there are going to be and how many legendaries in particular. It says here we got 97 new Pokemon. Now keep in mind that these leaks are considered by the community to be really reliable, so we're going to take it as that. 97 new Pokemon, and 7 of those are legendaries and mythicals. And if we look down below, the legendary Pokemon are actually the Johto main 2, Hoenn Weather Trio, which I love by the way, Unova main 3, and Alola main 3. They're the old legendaries we're going to be getting, and so there's going to be 7 new ones on top of that, legendary and mythical. We know 2 of them already. As for the Pokedex, I mean, the news of the outcry against the not being a national dex goes back way to the very beginning, and it looks like we're going to be getting 500 older Pokemon in the Galar Dex anyway, which I think is plenty. I think that's good enough. We're going to be able to find the starters for the Kanto, Johto, and Sinnoh regions. And despite speculation and cute fan art, there's not going to be an Eevee evolution added. I'm a little surprised with that, considering how much they've pitted Pikachu against Eevee in the big hype up for Let's Go, and had similar like hyped up events in Pokemon Go too. I'm a little surprised they didn't decide to add a new Eevee evolution, but there's plenty more to keep us entertained anyway. The Galarian forms that are coming from Pokemon that we already know, and some have already been revealed, such as Farfetch'd becoming Surfetch, which is a pure fighting type. We also got Chatot becoming Ghost Flying, which is exclusive to Shield and involves a bigger parrot Chatot. We got Luxio becoming Dark Ground. Now that's a powerful typing. In competitive, that's going to cover 2 sides that you can switch out to and have no effect, Psychic and electric. So you're going to be able to swap that out into both those types of attacks and not take any damage. It's going to be very powerful in competitive. Of course, we've got Ponyta becoming Fairy, Rapidash becoming an Alicorn, which many people speculate. We got Ponyard Lion becoming a Psychic Fighting. We already have a few of those already, so I don't see that being too much of an issue to overcome in competitive. And we got Giraffic becoming Dark Psychic. Already looks like it should be, so that's pretty cool. And more. I think this is a good time as any to have a look at all the Pokemon that have been officially unveiled for us, so you can compare it to the leaks. And so this brings us to the final part of the leaks, and that is to check out what Gigantamax forms there are and what possible new Pokemon will be coming. So on top of the 3 on the official Pokemon website, this leak also tells us we're going to get all Kanto starters, their final evolutions. We got Pikachu, Lapras, Gengar. Of course, about 2 months ago, this did appear to be leaked in the Japanese Pokemon YouTube. We got all Sinnoh starters, their first forms. That's definitely a strange one in the sense that, are we just going to be using a Chimchar that's just turned into a gigantic thing? Flygon and Haxorus. Hey, Flygon's community day is coming up soon in Pokemon Go. And we got Corviknight, Dreadnought, Alcremie, and Poltergeist, and Eternatus. Eternatus is that mysterious 3rd legendary we're expecting to get, which some people theorize is a combination of both doggos. So we looked at a lot of things that are confirmed, and a lot of things that are not confirmed, a lot of things that are new, and some things that are old. But I haven't done a theory video myself, so I thought I would cover some of the older stuff as well as the new stuff. So let's have a look here at some of these unconfirmed Pokemon evolution possibilities that may well very be fan-made, but may turn out pretty good. Whether or not they're real, it seems that they're pretty cool to look at anyway. So we got Flaffy evolving into Gen 8. We've got there's a lot of deviation in paths for evolution for a lot of Pokemon that we've seen so far. And here we have one other such case. So it looks like we have the choice between 2 different directions for a lot of Pokemon. So let's look at some of the unconfirmed evolution paths that are possible for different Pokemon in this game. As you know, there are so many Pokemon, and we've got 97 new Pokemon on the way. There's going to be quite a lot to look at. So here's some possibilities. I've got Flaffy that turns in with a Dusk Stone into this. Grass. Oh man, this would be an interesting one because you need to use a Sunstone for this and then a Shiny Stone for this. A Grass Fairy. Now keeping in mind there is a lot of Dark and a lot of Fairy and Fighting type going on in this game. So these are pretty plausible. Sudowoodo becoming Rock Fighting. And Dunsparce becoming Flying Normal type, or Flying Dragon if you trade with a Dragon Scale. That should be interesting, because Dunsparce is pretty useless as it is so far. And of course Fairy type becoming Fairy Fighting. Now that would be a pretty nifty combination. But the theory is that if it evolves, if he learns Focus Blast, I'm not sure they'd make it that easy. I personally am going to dispel probably confidence in these leaks. It's always possible, but because it's all graphic made and learn fly and learning an ability doesn't seem realistic in my books, so we'll see. But it is kind of cool to look at. Shuckle becoming Bug Steel type if you learn Gyro Ball, and a Thunderstone giving us another Water Electric type, which would be pretty powerful. in PvP situations. Heracross, remaining bug fighting, but having an evolution. And yeah, there has been a strong rumor between a baby Sneasel, so personally I thought Impidimp, it's a possibility. Baby Sneasel? Maybe? Maybe. But here we have a different option. And Hoot Hoot, evolving during the night and during the day, changing. Dark Flying. Another dark flying type would be pretty handy. There has been some very strong ones in the game already. Ladian, evolving and remaining same typing. Wobbuffet, evolving into psychic fighting type. Fits with the theme of the game so far. Giraffic we've heard of. Now this is where I also think it may be incorrect. So one of the leaks, which we do believe is credible, says that the normal psychic Giraffic is going to turn into a normal dark evolution. So this might be that. However, it also gives us another option, normal ghost. So I'm not sure about that one. Ariados, same typing. Another water electric type. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I don't think these are real, but they do look cool. Let's look at some confirmed facts for balance, huh? Here we have all the confirmed stuff about Gen 8. There will be localized versions of classic Pokemon, much like what we saw with Alola. Obstagoon is an example of this, which evolves from Galarian version of Linoon. There'll also be a Galarian Weezing, which we definitely know, and we've seen gameplay of. There'll be a new type of mechanic, Pokemon that can switch type, for an example Morpeko, which switches from electric to dark type when it's hungry. A Cramorant, a no-fuss water flying Pokemon. New Generation 8 grass type, Grookey. Gen 8 fire type, Scorbunny. Sobble, water type. And Flying Steel, Corviknight. Rock Water, Dreadnought. Two new grass type Pokemon, Eldegoss and Gossifleur. A Limp Imp, Impidimp, we saw plenty of him in the 24-hour live stream. Ghost type Poltergeist, which is a Pokemon apparently you can drink. It'll go really great with your Alchemy. Normal type Wooloo. Electric Doggy Yamper. Little electric type Corgi. Very cute. There's the Desert type Alchemy. Rollicoli, which is a cool looking rock type. Potentially cool evolutions out of that. New Steel Dragon, which is Duraludon. I'm looking forward to seeing where that one goes. The two new legendary dogs, we've seen plenty of, and the region's called Galar. Oh! As for the Melton Metal thing, so far in the Pokedex they're considered unknown. I'm wondering, and I think this would fit with all the industry themes and metal types going on in Pokemon Sword and Shield, is if Melton and Mamil were actually combined into the new Pokedex. Now that's my theory that's going to happen, because I don't think they're going to leave them as separate unknown Pokemon all the way at the bottom. And I think it makes sense to bring them into this Pokedex at this time. Much like Mew, I kind of anticipate it being the first two in the Pokedex. Sometimes that happens. That's it for me, guys. Oh, thank you for putting up with me for that long. Good God. Check out all my other videos. I got a bunch going on. Some things are really popping off. Thanks for coming to my channel, by the way, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it interesting. This is my first theory video on Pokemon Sword and Shield, so hopefully you found it interesting and useful. And let me know what you think. I'm definitely very active in responding to your comments and reading them all. You can probably see that if you've seen my other videos too. So drop a sub and drop a like if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!